Don't take it seriously. This is the story of John Doe. This song is for every... Thanks, bro. This song is for every kid that was thrown alone in a foster home because what his parents did. This song is for every child that never had a chance, never met their parents, not even for a glance. This song is for all that's been taken. This song is for all the happiness that's been forsaken. This is more than a song, this is real life, there's no faking. This song is for little John Doe, who hates this person that he doesn't even know. It's his father, but why even bother calling him that or pops and dad? I'd just be lying about something that he never even had and never even will. He used to come home from school and sit by the windowsill so still and just wait. Sometimes even telling himself dad's just late. And it's so sad cause the cold hard fact he's addicted to smack and never coming back unless it's a full body bag that's black. This shit's whack. How we can leave someone in the dark with nothing, not even an excuse or a remark for something, and just move on to a new life, new wife, new kids, but the old habits still persist as he tries to forget that his 8-year-old son John still exists. But John remembers being dismembered and dismissed by this man, and John also remembers finding his mother dead on the can as he was struck in that moment of fright, paralyzed like that belt wrapped tight around his other's arm. It was after this he was sent to live on his uncle's farm in Wisconsin, where all this anger grew to remain and sustain constant. Confiding in himself, he created his own monsters, unable to escape his own demons. One day he just snapped and ran out of the house screaming, stole his uncle's car and gun and drove away speeding, only motivated by how much he hated and whether or not he could make it. So he continued to loathe and drove and compose his plan, but he knew what he was doing from the start. He wanted to break this man like this man had broke his heart. So 10 years go by and all is forgotten, but not for John. His insides grew rotten. He knocks at the door, it opens up, and he says what? John tries to begin to speak, but the door shuts. He's in shock and he can't think. His hands start to shake, his heart starts to sink. All that's been locked up and saved is unleashing a rage. So he kicks the door down and stands over and screams while he's on the ground. This is for every time that you weren't around. This is for all those times that my screams ended with no sound. This is all those pictures of those happy kids on your shelf. And most of all, this is for just me on myself. And so he locks and loads and he shoots his dad in the knee. He said, I would fucking kill you, but that would be wrong with me. But after all, fuck it. I spilled my heart, guts, blood, and soul out in the song. So John cocks the gun, he puts 2 in his dad's head. This man he never knew and never will is now dead. Thank you. I'm also available for babysitting if anybody is interested in that. I do clown parties as well too. I'm good with kids, just so you know. We're going to turn up the heat a little bit here. I'm going to get a little bit louder. I hope you can handle it. This next song, if anybody has any titles they'd like to name it, because I have no idea what to call it yet, so if you have something interesting, please shout it out. Not now. You haven't heard it yet. They teach you the faith that you preach, and all love the truth that you speak. You are not the ones in control because you all chose to be weak. Faces lost in the mazes of a self-consuming passion. Bend the backs with a book till it snaps over backwards. Hordes of whores born as they're led into the shackles. Repent the sins in prison or what some call the chapel. So deliver me from evil in my divine and final chapter. I'll turn the pages of this book, reading every rapture. But now I know for sure that there's no happily ever after. So read another fairy tale and drown out all the laughter. What happens to our justice when every law is lost? What happens to our hospitals when cut the cost? What comes from a soldier who's bleeding through his gauze? The same things that happen to the machine that caused the cause. Prayers for forgiveness cure a sin of sickness, while the innocent are slaughtered by those who bear false witness. Like pouring salt in the slashes of the slaves and their lashes. Clean the wounds and the gashes with the cigarette ashes. Streets full of pollution, on every corner's a shooting. Hypodermic graveyards from the drug distribution. They're spending billions of dollars not to find a solution, while the war against drugs merely hides the illusion. Brainwashing our children to influence decisions. We grow them up songs so we can throw them in prisons. There once was a man who had a dream and a vision, and then we shot him dead because people started to listen. It's no coincidence we had incidents like 9/11, so consider me karma. I continue to slaughter these oncoming armies equipped with bulletproof armor. Nobody goes harder, nobody shits hotter. Not an MC is iller than me. My delivery hits you harder than heavy artillery. Don't front, you ain't feeling me. Nobody's as real as me. Like a heavenly enemy using my wordplay for weaponry. I'll devastate your state of mind, leaving you begging so desperately. Don't Don't even try to test me, don't even try to step to me. You'll end up attesting to my skills eventually. Remembered for centuries as the greatest essentially, with the words especially. No question was definitely, no discussion is necessary. My lyrics are legendary, my flow goes through you like spirits in cemeteries. Lyrically, spiritually enlightening. You hearing me, fearing me, striking harder than lightning. Legendary literature like biblical writing. Ominous clouds surround anonymous voice so loud it's probably obvious. Holds the power of a portable pocket apocalypse. Now you see him plotting and pulling down whole continents into the ground without making a sound. Of the most wicked of weather, I'll line the planets together and sever. Whether it's for worse or better or worse. Whatever the verse, vice versa, my verse. Spin it back in reverse, you'll probably hear Satan speaking, casting a curse. Thank you. Then we got an